Peter?
Speaking.
Hi, it's Scott Smith from FightHype.com.
How you doing, Scott? You okay?
Yeah, good, thank you, mate. You?
Yeah, not bad at all.
Yeah, have you got 5-10 minutes now?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, great. Just want to firstly touch on how relieved and pleased you must be about the fight finally being confirmed, the rematch, and being able to bring it back home to the UK. I mean, how much of a struggle was it to get this negotiations complete?
Well, nothing is easy through various matters, but I am very pleased that the fight's coming over here to the UK, and it's been an effort and a good effort by everyone involved. So we've got the fight, and more importantly, it's better for the UK fans as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Klitschko camp, were they putting up much resistance in trying to keep the fight over there? I mean, obviously, with Tyson winning the world title, the bargaining power has shifted in your favour. I mean, how did that go about?
Well, we had to convince the Klitschko team that it made viable sense to be over here, and there wasn't an obstacle in them not wanting to come here. So I think they was up for coming here. They never rejected it, so they've been true to the word, and we've managed to get the fight on.
Yeah, I mean, the Manchester arena's been chosen. I mean, what other arenas were in the running, or was that the main goal?
We looked at everything. We looked at stadiums. A lot of them couldn't screen the fight for one reason or another. So, you know, we chose the Manchester Arena. We had a look at Bolton, the Macron Stadium as well. And it was decided in the end that the Manchester Arena was more suited for this time. That's really what happened.
Yeah, I mean, going into the fight, the first fight, I mean, we spoke previously and we said that we both were in agreement that the usual Klitschko tactics of jabbing, looking for the straight, and then holding hard, using his power wasn't going to work with Tyson, and that proven to be the same way. I mean, in this fight, are you anticipating a different Wladimir Klitschko? I expect him to be a bit more aggressive because he really got nullified in everything that he does well in that first fight.
Yeah, you know, Wladimir, he will have had a long time to think about it, and he'll be looking to do things much different in this fight. You know, let's not forget, you know, can anybody do any different in all of the fights? You know, they can only tweak things. You know, it's the same Wladimir Klitschko. He's got the same DNA, so I think he'll apply more pressure because I feel he must do. And I think the willingness to come over to the UK shows them they realise they need a knockout to win, because Tyson is, you know, he's tall, he's got a lot of punches in his arsenal, and he is a unique boxer. So I think they realise they need the knockout, and that's what they're coming for.
Yeah, I mean, the first fight, the speed difference between the two men was noticeable. I mean, Tyson was a lot faster. I mean, his lateral movement was very, very good. If he does come forward, Wladimir, and goes a little bit more aggressive, puts a little bit more pressure on, I mean, do you feel he's going to leave himself a little bit more open for the knockout? I mean, because he has been down a lot in his career. Since then, he's boxed more cautiously under some great guidance. But, I mean, do you think that Tyson's winning the first fight has took him out of his comfort zone a little bit in his style?
I think it's unknown territory, isn't it, for Wladimir Klitschko? I think, you know, he's never been one for really steaming in. He did against Pulev. He had a good go, and you know, he done well there. So he can punch. He has got power. So I think he will try and use it. And I think he's got to throw more or less caution to the wind, and he's got to gamble, because that's the only way you're going to try and get to Tyson Fury. And but also saying that, it makes for an interesting fight. I think the one who connects first, it's over. You know, so it's going to be I think, well, I'm sure it's going to be a lot more exciting than the first one.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the first one, obviously we're so used to the Wladimir Klitschko fights being slow, being just doing what he does best, very efficient. Obviously, Tyson has has had those brawls where he's come out on top. And when you return to the corner, you had that kind of discipline resume back to his game. And going into this fight, I mean, Tyson said in the first fight, everything he wanted to do, he'd done other than knock him out. But did you see anything different in Wladimir, like any other weaknesses that you didn't think was there before?
It's hard to say. I think Wladimir, he done the best what he could do that night. I don't think that Wladimir couldn't do anything different. He had a long time to train for Tyson, and he come in super fit, and he was just very, very awkward. It's all right looking at Tyson Fury outside of the ropes and thinking, I can do this and do that, but I can assure you when you're in front of him, it's a whole different ball game. So, but saying that this time, I think it will be fireworks, because it has to be, because Wladimir Klitschko is not going to dance around and outbox Tyson Fury.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, in the first fight, Tyson was an underdog, and a severe underdog in many people's eyes, just because of Klitschko's sheer dominance over the last 10, 11 years. In this fight, though, bookmakers and a lot of the fans favour Tyson quite heavily in some respects. Will the extra pressure of Tyson being the world champion and having the fight back in the UK have any effect? Because Tyson seems like a laid-back character that takes it all in his stride in the first fight. I mean, do you think this will have any impact going into this?
No, he's very calm, Tyson, and he loves to fight. I don't see it making any difference whatsoever. Tyson knows what he's got to do. I think Tyson will even be more relaxed in this rematch, and he'll be a lot more. Although he was confident, he still didn't realise what he was getting in front of with Wladimir. He was going in unknown waters, but now he knows what to expect, and I think he'll even lift even more levels than what he did the last time, because in the last time there was things he didn't do, Tyson, which he could have done, but obviously it was his first time fighting somebody on that level, so it was cautious but a good win. But we'll see a different Tyson Fury in this fight, the same as what we will see with Wladimir Klitschko.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to just draw your attention. Obviously, we got Anthony Joshua getting an awful lot of praise, and rightfully so for his world champion in such a short period of time. Obviously, we've got Deontay Wilder now world champion. But when people speak of Tyson, they say, okay, he's won the world title. They forget that was really his first step to that level, and he's still relatively young. Okay, he's been a pro for 8 years, but he's still relatively young for a heavyweight, and it was his first time at that level. So do you think that certain times people are a little bit harsh on Tyson in terms of what he can produce?
I think it's all good for boxing. The more world champions we get, the better. I think I'm not really fussed or bothered at all what people say. Well, obviously all people like nice comments. That's what we're in the job for. But the negative stuff as well, it's just what it is. If we thought about that, then Tyson would have given up in the first fight. So he knows what he's got to do. We've got our own stable. We've got our own beliefs. We've got a very good camp, and we're a very good team. So I think we're just looking forward to the rematch and really cementing what Tyson's all about. Just how really good he is, and that's my aim in boxing. Is for people to see where he's proven time and time again, and that will only happen in time. It won't happen through talking. It'll happen by getting in there, taking on the best out there, and getting the victories.